I hereby call to order this March 10th, 2025 Whitman Housing Authority Board meeting. Terry, are you here?
Here.
Michelle, are you here?
Here.
Patty, are you here?
Here.
And I'm here. This meeting is being recorded and is being on Zoom tonight. Board review and vote the minutes of the regular board meeting on February 10th, 2025.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the board meeting on February 10th, 2025.
I'll second the motion. We accept the regular board meeting minutes from February 10th, 2025.
Motion by Patty, second by Terry to accept the minutes of the meeting for February 10th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
Financial reports. February 2025 vouchers, January 2025 bank balances. See January 2025 financial statements. We'll do it in A, B, C as a group.
So normally I put notes in the check status or any ones that are kind of unusual, which I did not do in your packet before I gave it to you. So I have done it if anyone has any questions. We did have to replace a gas furnace on Temple Street. We had to replace I think 2 hot water heaters at Stetson Terrace. We had another boiler at a family unit, Pine Haven Drive. We had a lot of hot water tanks at Stetson Terrace that were going. I think I don't know if we've done 4 of them.
Wow.
Just crazy, just that cold weather. Everything's
You can
just
set
broke.
it off where it worked it
Yeah, because the hot water tanks are in an outdoor closet.
Oh,
So we do have them all wrapped, but that weather was it
yeah.
was really, really cold. So
Right.
we had a lot of issues with the hot water.
Well, that being said, I'll make a motion to accept the financial reports A, B, and C.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Patty, second by Michelle to accept the financial reports A, B, and C. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The fiscal year 2026 annual plan and the 2026 5-year capital improvement plan for all state properties are presented to the board and residents. Boards and tenants' decision and questions are encouraged.
Okay, so if you want me to, let's see, the annual plan was first. So the annual plan includes our preventive maintenance plan, the budget, a lot of things that it incorporates in here. So this becomes open to the public, so they are able to see the annual plan for all housing authorities in the state. Does anyone have any questions? I'll go over the capital improvement plan separate from that.
Are you on page 20?
Yeah, so 20, let's see, page 9 through, actually page 9. Well, actually, I gave the annual
It's
plan out at the last meeting.
the last
Yeah, is that
meeting.
big?
Yes, the big packet, yeah.
Packet,
So
right.
I did not put it in the file this time because I had given it out early for you to
Right.
have a chance to read. Well, a lot of it is the same information that was there before, unless we updated any of the policies. We addressed any findings on the PMR.
When you look at it as a 5-year plan, it seems so far away.
Right?
Then you blink and
Yes.
we're making changes to the 2030.
So do you want me to go over the capital improvement plan, the 5-year plan?
Yeah, the highlights, yeah.
Okay, so one of the best highlight is that in grants alone, we got over $1.7 million for the state side. Our formula funding over the 6-year period, because we included the projects in 2024 that were completed, is 1.2 million. So we definitely make more going for the grants than we would formula funding. We would not be able to do half of what we have on here. So projects that were completed, the fire alarm systems, that was through our scattered sites. ADA ramp replacement was done for someone who's handicapped. Gas boiler replacements in 5 units at Pine Haven Drive and four buildings at Pine Circle. Those were done under Lean Energy. The ramp was under ADA funding, and the fire alarm system was under ARPA funds. We did a unit rehab turnover that was destroyed, and that person was evicted. If you guys remember the story behind it. That was over $11,000. Porch removal and renovations, formula funding, and $31,842 and $73,425 in HILAP grant. We did a masonry repair at one of our single-family homes. That particular property is all brick, and there was a lot of issues, a lot of cement missing, so that was all done. The cost of that was $20,032. Exterior meter breaker project. We ended up getting ARPA funds. We used some of the ARPA funds for that, and then we got code requirements. So we only had enough funds to do half of the project, and through getting letters from the fire department and the electrical inspector, we were able to ask the state for emergency funding, so we got that under the code requirements. Creative placemaking is still kind of hanging on there. It is pretty much done, but there's some punch list items that have to be addressed in warmer weather. So that was $220,000, and then there'll be $45,900 maybe with formula funding, but I don't think it's going to be that high. Garage roof replacement was done with formula funding. Underground wiring is currently going on, and that the funds came from the town funding of $115,881. We used that to leverage funding for the sewer line and lift project, which is down, set for 2026. So the CO detector replacement, that is a current one. We are asking for emergency funds for that project. That's at Pine Circle. Lean energy improvements for Stetson Terrace and Pine Circle altogether will be about $157,000. We did find out on Friday that we probably are getting all air source heat pumps replaced under the Lean Energy program. And any refrigerators, I think we're eligible for 27 new refrigerators. I haven't spoken to, someone's supposed to give me a call. A lot of them had been replaced. But we're gonna, get all the ones from 2008 replaced, and then I have one that's like 10 years old. So I think they all have to be 10 years old.
And all the attics here at Harvard Court?
Yeah, so they're gonna
Under
do,
that.
yeah, they're gonna do the attics at Harvard Court. Yeah, there's a lot.
Insulate all the attics? there.
Yeah, new thermostats in all units. Let's see, so basement stairs repairs, that's in for 2025, 2026 for $6,506. The guys have actually been fixing them as units turn over, so it might be less than that. The parking lot at Pine Circle, $73,459. $1,500 will be ADA funding, which would be probably cutouts to sidewalks so that a wheelchair can get around. Exterior door replacement, that's not till 2026. Deck replacement.
Is that the Stetson, the exterior door?
No, that's for, that's
Oh,
for
scattered
scattered site,
sites,
so
yes,
it's one of the, it's the three-family home that we own. We have a deck that is deteriorating quickly, and that's at $37,734, which everything's so expensive.
Right.
Knob and Tool Electrical, they have all been unconnected, but it is still best to get them out of the walls. So we're actually, John met with the electrician when they went down to Stetson Towers to go, to see the air source heat pumps and do the measurement. And they said they might be able to do that for us too, which is huge because it's $87,000.
Yeah.
So if we can get them to do that, that opens it up for us to get another project done instead.
For no cost?
At no cost. So Pine Circle, Stetson Terrace, we have the replaced smoke CO detectors. We're thinking we may be able to take this one out because the smoke detectors can last a long, long time. They can last 25 years, 30 years. It was the CO detectors that don't. So we've already got that project for 2025 for as soon as possible. So this project might be closed out.
Yeah.
We just don't have to do it at this time. The sewer line and lift, $566,000, which is huge, but we got HILAP money, we got opera money, and we got ER money.
Wow.
Roof replacement, Fullerton, $67,395. Maintenance garage roof and siding project, $42,331. Exterior repairs on the two-family, $131,023. And then we've got 3 driveways at scattered sites for $42,723. And Stetson Terrace concrete entry pad and railings is $321,558. We're hoping, like I said, if we continue to get the grants and that, we'll be able to better get some of the other ones done that we couldn't afford to do. But, every year it changes. We have a plan and then something happens and, it becomes an emergency situation and everything gets bumped. Some of these projects we've been trying to do for, a few years anyway. Harvard Court. So the seal coating was completed in 2024. The building floor, the community building floors, restroom updates, painting, all that was done in 2024. The security intercom fob replacement project is current. Lean energy improvements at Harvard Court will come at a cost paid for by the Lean Energy Program of $144,293. And then we still got that electric panel replacement, or relocate rather, for $235,000. So does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Oh, what about the siding for the
For Pine Haven Drive.
Pine Haven Drive?
So I should have put that in there. I did go to the meeting with Patty, and they did approve that it would make its way to the annual town meeting.
It'll be on the ballot.
Yeah, it'll be on the ballot. So we'll see what happens. I kind of didn't put it in. I don't want to hex anything.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I
right.
put it in, say we're going to do it, and then not get funded. So,
The meeting is May 5th, the annual meeting.
okay.
Oh, good, we'll go. You and I always go
I
together.
think it's at 7 now, not 7:30.
Terry and I always dance almost midnight.
Yeah, it's a long night.
Yeah.
I know John said he'd come with me so he can get up and speak. I'll go up with him if we have to speak, but
Great.
he knows more on.
They'll probably just push it right through.
No, but I mean, a lot of the things that you said at the CPA meeting, I had said that they seem to have a little bit more weight coming from you.
Well, I think the fact that they saw
The plan,
They
right.
saw our plan. They saw that we do a 5-year capital
Right.
improvement plan. I think, especially the one of the gentlemen,
Yes,
he was just thinking, oh, we're just kind of making up what we need and
Yes.
deciding, on our
yeah,
own.
no, he
but-
was, he was being cautious, which is good.
Yeah,
which is good.
definitely.
But I think the fact that with the HILAP grants, and you can grow that like 80,000 into like 225,000.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was impressive.
yeah.
Yeah, they like that.
But, it was said, well, if you don't get that, the HILAP grant, then you're not going to take the money, right? And I said, no, we'll just let it roll over. Because if I don't get the HILAP grant, I can't do it.
Right.
And that's the project that they voted on. So
Right.
I can't use it for any other reason. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, I kind of didn't put it in there just in case.
It'll work out.
Well, thank you for getting all the grants, and thanks to both of you for trying to get the money to do this.
Yeah, it was a productive meeting. It went better than I thought. It was good.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
A little sigh of relief.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous.
I know.
It wasn't my own
I-
safe space.
Were
Yeah.
there any other proposals that night?
No, well, for other projects, yes, like the arch.
Okay,
The arch is like 70, I'm gonna say 60 to 70,000.
they want to
Um,
move that?
No, it's
preserve it?
sunk 4 inches. They're gonna work on it, preserve it, make it good.
Clean it.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. And then some historical plaques for certain buildings. I don't know which buildings. For the 150th celebration of Whitman, so on and so forth. I think those were the only, recreation had no projects, historical was the plaques, and yeah, I think it's just us, those 2 projects, as I recall.
I know the park had to do a lot of tree cutting,
Yeah, but
and
that's,
some people wanted to have funding to
Well,
replant trees at the park.
it didn't come to an application. See, somebody has to run the project. If you don't have somebody to run the project,
That's true.
then it doesn't happen. Somebody has to be in charge. Jesus, take the wheel. So,
Yeah, like the DPW,
right.
right, parks.
Well, I mean, they do take care of all of the trees there
They really
now,
do.
right?
Yeah,
So I
they
guess
do,
it would be
yeah.
like a new tree, maybe that you have to water continuously, because when we get new plantings here or any of the other properties, the guys can stand there for an hour till it's like totally soaked. Otherwise, it won't.
Yeah, and there's special fertilizer you can
Yeah,
use too
yeah,
for new
so-
growth and
so-
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe the DPW can't like take on that specific thing. I don't know.
I don't know. But there might have been talk about it, but it never made it to the CPA meeting. No application for it.
So Kathy, if we can get separate for annual plan and capital improvement plan, that would be best.
Do I hear a motion for the 5-year?
Okay.
This would be the capital plan?
So the first one, number 6 is board vote on the.
Annual plan. Do I hear a motion to accept for the annual plan?
I'll make a motion to accept the annual plan.
I'll second the motion, we accept the annual plan.
Motion by Patty, second by Terry, that we approve the fiscal year 2026 annual plan. Board vote to approve and amend fiscal year 2026 five-year capital improvement plan.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve or amend the fiscal 2026 five-year capital improvement plan.
Second the motion.
Motion by Patty, second by Michelle, to approve the fiscal year 2026 five-year capital improvement plan. All in favor?
Aye.
Board vote to accept and update the emergency board notification policy.
What page would that be on, please?
21.
Thank you. Okay.
So I did update people's cell phones. There will be one copy of this put in the office so that if something major happens here, that then we follow this protocol. It's not something that's on the bulletin board for everybody to have your cell phone numbers.
Do I hear a motion to accept the updated emergency board notification policy?
I'll make a motion that we accept the new emergency board notification policy. Second motion.
Motion by Terry, second by Michelle, that we accept the updated emergency board notification policy. All in favor?
Aye.
Executive Director's Report. Anything you would like to go over, ma'am?
Yes, just let me just quickly get it. Let's see. Okay, so we have never had to report on energy use at Harvard Court. So now that is a requirement, which is fine. We've been doing it for the state for as long as I've worked here. So ASG has completed the backlog of applicants claiming emergency priority. Since clarifying the requirements to prove the priority, there have been a reduction in new claims. Although there was a discussion that it's going to be looked into. We have elderly people that, well, actually, I went to a training with CHAMP, and it was with actually representatives from ASG, and so you're not considered homeless if you get a 30-day notice from your landlord that he's going to go up $1,000 a month, and you just leave. You have to be evicted from that unit for them to be considered an emergency. So with our elderly population, a lot of them, we had somebody, the landlord said, I'm going up on the rent, $600.
Oh my gosh.
So she said, I can't afford it. And he said, then, you'll have to find another place. And so she's kind of bouncing around. So she did the right thing. She left. She didn't wait to be evicted, but now she doesn't get an emergency priority. So we're seeing a lot of that with, especially our elderly. So they're going to look into it. But I guess according to the legally homeless, you have to have a court order that says you have to be out, which...
And she tried to do the right thing.
Anyone that tried to do the right thing, that's bouncing all over the place, or sleeping in their car, and they left because they couldn't afford the new rent, they're the ones that are being hurt. So there have been discussions about that. So I'm hoping that our most vulnerable are not affected by that because they're too afraid to stay until and they're too afraid to go to court, you know?
Yeah, well, these are the kind of people who pay their electric bill right on the date that it's due.
Yes, yep.
That's the
Yep.
mindset.
Yep.
I get it. I do.
So I understand that
Ugh.
there has to be a definition of homeless through no fault of your own. But it's just, I don't know. So there have been a lot of directors that have said, you know what, listen, you know, most of them always do the right thing, and now
Right.
we've got them living in cars, and you know, if they don't have family or anybody to take them in for the shortest time, you know, it's awful. Imagine this winter sleeping in your car.
No,
That's so sad.
I have trouble just taking out my trash, so yeah.
Watch
Really,
my
but it's
car.
that cold.
I know,
Yes.
I know. It's awful.
It's awful.
So let me see.
There's going to be some kind of wiggle room there. It's going to be.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Shame on the landlord.
A lot of times, a lot of people are selling their homes,
Yeah.
and the new people coming in have paid an astronomical amount of money
True.
for that property, and
True.
so they have to get
Yep.
$2,000
Right, because they have to pay the mortgage, right?
Right, they have to
I
pay
get
the
it.
mortgage. So it's not necessarily that the existing landlord is doing it, although some of them are. But a lot of the times it's because it's being sold. And yeah, the former landlord is probably walking away with a lot more money than he paid for it, but you
Right.
know, it's going to be on the tenants.
Right.
All right, so I did talk to you about the air source heat pumps. Let's see. So the Lean Energy program is, they were at Pine Circle today, starting work there. Harvard Court is scheduled for the week of March 9th to the 21st to get new thermostats in the units, and the attics will be worked on. The Harvard Court Security Access Intercom project should be completed on, well, the first phase, which is for the new fobs, by March 11th. Let's see. So we weren't scheduled for a HUD inspection, which we haven't had for in more than 2 years. But it was canceled on March 18th. So actually, the inspection was supposed to be on March 18th. No, they canceled it on March 18th.
They canceled it February 22.
Yes. Well, let's see. No, they canceled on February 22 the inspection that was scheduled for March 18th.
Right. So it hasn't been, a new date has not been confirmed yet.
No, and I'm wondering if that under the new regime that may be on hold for a bit. No new
Federal funding.
federal.
is-
Well, the federal funding, we have the federal funding. That's
Right.
absolutely not going to affect housing in the least bit.
Mhm.
But yeah, maybe this, and then there's not going to be any new federal regulations. So we've got that Inspire, which is a new way of doing the inspections. So that could be putting it on hold. And then there's something else so no regulations, which would involve all the changes made under the new HOTMA rules that the federal government have been working on since 2016. So after all that, they may, I don't know that that's going to happen. I think it's changed its date of start so many times. So, but I'm not concerned about it. I don't need any more of the changes.
I'll make a motion to accept the executive director's report.
A second motion, we accept the executive director's report.
Motion by Patty, second by Terry, to accept the executive director's report. All in favor?
I
Correspondence.
No correspondence.
Did you get any correspondence about the meeting that we attended at the CPA? You didn't get like your project has been approved or anything like
No,
that? Okay.
not yet.
Okay.
Oh, but I did get a call from the bank, from Santander, that it was finally, I just got that last week. And-
Well, they're on the ball over there. They are on the ball.
But then I got something in the mail, and it said that you have to come in with all members. I went,
No.
I'm like, oh my god, that's not gonna happen. So I'm just assuming that it got mailed out before she got the final word. So I'm ignoring it for now.
It was sitting in the mailroom at the Santander.
She does not want to see us again.
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
Any other new business, ladies?
None I'm aware of.
Open forum.
Nothing new, huh?
Nothing in open forum.
Nope. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Patty, second by Michelle. This meeting is hereby adjourned. Thank you for coming.